What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another testing video where I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I think this is probably the most excited I've ever been for any kind of testing video. As you can tell by the title, today we're gonna be testing out W7 makeup and I've literally been wanting to do this for months now. I did a testing video for them ages ago now. I think it was literally like a year ago when I first started my testing series, and since then they've come out with so many products. You've got everything from like glow kit dupes to liquid highlighters to other pressed highlighters. Basically, just a lot of highlighters that I really want to get on my face, so let's get into it. So first of all, we're going to start off with foundation. So I have two here that are brand new to me, and I also have this one. This one's kind of like if everything else fails, I'll go for this one. This is the Singing in the Rain foundation. This is actually waterproof and I really like it. So the two that I have here, we have the Photo Shoot foundation and the HD one. Let's have a little look. So the Photo Shoot one doesn't have a pump, so it is one that you are going to have to pour out or something, which doesn't really bother me too much, to be honest. I like a pump, but it doesn't really make much of a difference to me if a foundation doesn't have a pump. So that's what that looks like. And then we also have the HD one, which does come with a pump. That one looks to be like a slightly better color. So as far as what these foundations do, the high definition one is supposed to be 12-hour wear, and it says light foundation, apply evenly to your face for the perfect catwalk look. And then the Photo Shoot one says that it gives a flawless finish that lasts for up to 16 hours. So I'm thinking I might try the HD one kind of around the perimeters of my face, and where I need a little bit more coverage, I might go in with this one because this one seems to be a bit more coverage. So right now I'm just putting on the Photo Shoot foundation, and it's a little bit too dark for me, but I think by the time we add like a concealer and stuff, it'll be absolutely fine. By the way, I have mine in the shade Natural Beige, and I think I probably have the same in this one as well. Yeah, Natural Beige. I might actually do like a half face comparison, kind of see if there really is that much difference in the coverage. So I'm just going to put the whatever it's called, the HD one, on the other side. They both appear to be kind of like satin finishes, but the HD one does seem to be a little bit more dewy, which you guys know I love. But the coverage on both is pretty similar, to be honest. Let's see how it covers up this spot of mine. Oh, that's done a pretty good job. Nothing seems to cover this spot at the moment. I don't know what it's doing, but that's all right. I feel like if I add concealer over the top, we'll be in business. The color is a little bit off. It's a little bit too dark for me, but then again, I haven't really got any fake tan on. This is kind of all wearing off at the moment, and I would have picked this shade when I had my tan on. I might actually add a little bit of the Singing in the Rain foundation because this one is a little bit lighter, I think. I don't know what the shade is for this one because I have lost a little sticker that it says what it is. But I think I'll just add a little bit of that kind of in the center, just to kind of lighten it a little bit. I'm just gonna add some of that in the center of my face, just to kind of lighten it a little bit, just because I think that one is like a shade up or something. Okay, I feel like that color's a lot better now. Overall, I really do quite like the finish of this. It's quite dewy. You'll definitely need to powder it down, but I feel like once that's powdered, that'll look really, really nice and fresh. Yeah, this has covered up pretty much everything I wanted to be covered up, like my entire face right now. But yeah, pretty happy with that. Next up, I have two different concealers. So we have the Catwalk concealer, which I feel like I've tried before. I think I maybe tried this out in my first W7 video. It's just that there. But one of the newer concealers that they've come out with recently is the Saved by the Gel. Let's have a little look at this bad boy. Ooh, I like the little applicator. It's kind of like an hourglass. One's a bit more yellowy, just there, and that's the Catwalk one. I think I might start with this one just because it is new. So I'm just going to apply that under my eyes and then go in with this little fluffy brush and kind of blend it all out. This looks very promising. I'm going to pop it over my lids as well while I'm here. Let's have a closer look at that because that looks good from where I'm sitting. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, that is my kind of under eye concealer. It's like nice and yellow tones. It's going to combat any dark circles. It's brightening. It's nice and moisturizing as well, so it's not going to look too crepey underneath my eyes. Okay, yeah, I love this. I'm actually going to do a little bit of highlighting my face with it as well. And I wonder how it'll get rid of this guy up here. Stamp it away. I'm going to leave it for a second or two. I just tend to do that so it kind of half sets because that boy is a beast up there. Just blend it around my nose. Oh my god, that actually pretty much got rid of it. Literally no other concealer, Tarte Shape Tape, the Maybelline Fit Me, nothing has been getting rid of that completely. And that's pretty much done it in one go. It's a miracle. Okay, I am so sold on this concealer. So the next thing we have is the I Got the Power All Day Wear eyeshadow base. So I'm just gonna chuck this on now. Let's have a little look. It's kind of like a squeezy tube. Oh, it's like skin tone color almost. And I think I'll just start off by warming that up in my finger and applying that all over my lid and then kind of buffing it in with that brush that I used before. Feels a lot like the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I think that's probably what they're going for. Doesn't really look like much on the lid. I'd say it maybe has brightened my lids a little bit, but it hasn't got like too much of a pigment to it, which I personally prefer. Okay. Can't say much about that, but it feels pretty good. Then onto cream contouring. I have one product that I've tried out once before. It's the W7 Contour Stick. So it looks a little something like this. I think I used it in one of my more recent videos. I haven't had it for that long, but if I just quickly swatch it on the back of my hand for you guys, you might be able to see it just there. So you've got the highlight shade and then obviously the contour shade there. So I have tried this out before, but from what I can remember, this is quite nice. It's very, very similar to the NYX Wonder Stick. The new product that I have is the Lift and Sculpt Face Shaping Contour Palette, and it looks very, very similar to a certain Anastasia palette. It actually has some little instructions in there as well, and a nice little mirror. Cool. And I think you can also, yeah, you can depot them as well and put them in like a magnetic palette or something. So what I'm gonna do first, I just have a little foundation brush here. Let's see, I feel like that would be good for like bronzing. I kind of don't really know which one I wanna choose out of these two. Maybe we'll start with the lightest one and we can always deepen it up. Let's see. Ooh, that's actually got some grip to it, which I like. They're not like slipping all over my face. I'll just pop that there and then just kind of blend it out with my foundation brush again. Yeah, that blends out really, really nicely. Maybe I'll try that darker color as well. Just gonna take the same brush and pop that there. Okay, I think that one's gonna be a little bit too dark for me. Well, maybe not. They blend out really nicely, so I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, I actually quite like that color. It kind of just makes me look a little bit more chiseled. This one just makes me look a bit more like naturally bronzed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for that darker one actually. Just add a little bit of that on top. So I'm just gonna take that same shade and just kind of pat it around the perimeters of my face to start off with. Do a little bit of jaw and neck contouring. And as always, give it a little wiggle under the nose. I think that color is my jam. And it's not taken off the concealer over my spot as well, which I'm very happy about. Okay, so next is pretty much the moment that I've been waiting for the past few months, and that is liquid highlighting. So first of all, I just want to show you guys these. These are their Strobe and Go strobing sticks. I have two different colors. Ooh, look at that. This one here is in the shade Pink Light. And then I also have a more golden one, which is in Moonlight. I'll swatch that one next to it as well. Yeah, that one is right up my street. Maybe let's like blend a little bit on our shoulders or something. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so I like that. I may use it on my face in a second, but first of all, I want to show you guys these bad boys. So these are the fairly new Beam Me Up illuminators. These are obviously dupes of like the iconic London Cover FX. We have two shades here. I have Volcano, it's kind of like a more pinky color. I'll swatch that in a second. And then we also have Dynamite. I think this is gonna be the one for me because it's a bit more golden. Same sort of deal as a lot of the other illuminators. You have a little dropper. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be my color, I think. And then we also have the, what was this? Volcano, I think. This could be good if you like more sort of, ooh. That is actually, oh my God. On camera, that is like so intense. In person, it is very intense, but with the light, that is kind of blinding. So I think what I'm gonna do is go in with the Dynamite shade and do what I usually do and dot those on my cheekbones to start off with. I don't know how quickly these dry, so I'm gonna start by blending them in sort of one section of my face at a time. Let's see. Oh my God, that is so nice. It kind of gives like a wet finish to the skin. It doesn't look overly chrome, which some of them can do sometimes, and it's not always the look I'm going for. But that just gives you like dewy, wet skin. Okay, I think we're gonna need to cover my face in this stuff. Yeah, you guys are probably gonna need these because these are kind of insane. And I feel like you get a lot of product with these as well. These seem a lot bigger than the other ones. They almost have like a bit more of like an oily texture to them on the skin, so they just blend out really, really nicely. Yeah, I love these. I love these. So maybe I'll just quickly try a little bit of this as well. I mean, we've pretty much covered the majority of my face and that stuff so far. We haven't really put any kind of on my temples just yet, so I'll maybe just bring that up here a little bit. Ooh, that's a bit more of like a soft focus kind of glow, but when it hits the light, that's like, bam. Yeah, these are a little bit more subtle, but they still catch the light so nicely. So next I have two powders. I have one that I've used once before, but it was a while ago, and that is the Banana Dream. So it's just like a banana powder. And then I also have the Matte Dreamer Loose Powder. This one is in Classy Cameo. I think this is just like a fairly standard loose powder. Oh no, it's got one of those seals that I hate. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start off with this one because like I said, this is the one that I haven't ever tried before. So I'm just gonna take some of that in the lid, and I'm just gonna take my Real Techniques, what is this called? The setting brush. And I'm gonna whack that under my eyes for a second. I'm always cautious with new powders because sometimes they don't necessarily work with a concealer and they can look a little bit patchy or something. But so far so good. Yeah, looking at it, there's pretty much like no color to this. I think if you're maybe super fair, you might notice it a bit more, but if you have like a light to medium skin tone, I don't think you're gonna notice this at all. And then with whatever is left in the lid, I'm just gonna take a big fluffy brush and just kind of press that around the rest of my face, just set it in place. I don't want it to be too matte because I don't want to get rid of that glow. I am liking this base so far. It's like full coverage, but still kind of dewy in some places with the highlighter, but still kind of matte in some places as well. Yeah, I'm feeling this. So next up, I'm gonna do a little bit of powder bronzing and contouring. I actually have 3 bronzers / contouring powders for this. The first one is the Very Vegan Matte Bronzer. This is a new range from W7, I think, and as you can tell by the name, it's all vegan, so that's a good thing to note. This one looks a little something like this. This could be a good contouring shade. Yeah, I might use that to contour. And then I also have the Honolulu bronzer, which as you can tell by the packaging is very similar to Benefit's Hoola. I've used this once before ages ago, and it looks fairly similar to the vegan one actually. I say the vegan one is a little bit more warm tone maybe, so I might use a combination of those two. And then the other bronzer that I have, which I think I am just gonna use as a bronzer because it seems a little bit more warm tone. This one is the Bronzer Matte Compact, so they're all matte. And that one just seems to be a little bit more warm tone, a little bit more sheer, which I prefer because I don't want like orange cheeks or anything. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna be using a W7 brush as well. I actually really like this brush, I've had it for a while. I'm just gonna, oh my God, so pigmented. I'm gonna take some of that vegan powder. That is a good contouring shade. I think any more ashy and it could start to look a little bit gray, but that's like the perfect shade for like shadowing. So next I'm gonna go in with their matte bronzer. This one here, I think it's just in like a universal shade. And I'm gonna take my Real Techniques brush and just load that up. And apply that just above where I put the contour. This actually didn't look very pigmented when I swatched it and when I kind of popped it on my brush. But that's definitely warmed up my skin. It's quite a similar color to Matte Give Me Some, but a little bit more matte. Yeah, that's nice. So next, I'm gonna do even more highlighting. I have a bunch here. I do wanna do a quick shout out to this bad boy. This is basically an exact dupe for the Anastasia Glow Kit in That Glow. I'll quickly swatch all the colors for you guys. Like, look at that. This is the Strobe Time Vivid Glow Kit. And I'll just pop them, running out of arm space, there. They're such nice highlighters. The two at the bottom in particular are just like crazy intense, so definitely recommend those if you kind of want like an Anastasia dupe. But obviously this is a testing video, so I do need to go ahead and try something new. So here we have one of their Dynamite highlighting powders. This one is in the shade Big Bang, and it looks a little bit dark in the pan, but actually that looks really nice. It does look quite dark in the pan. I was a little bit worried about that, and it is very pigmented, but it kind of has like almost like a rosy gold finish to the skin. And then another product that I was just so excited to try out. I get so many comments from you guys telling me that I need this. It is the Glow Commotion highlighter. I think they brought out a new one. This one here is in the shade Pink It Up, and I'll just swatch it for you guys. Oh my God, these are so soft. I'll pop that one there. Oh geez. Okay, now I'm really excited to try this one out. This is the original, and a lot of you guys say that it's an exact dupe for Mary Lou, which I really like. Let's pop that one there. Okay, that is going on my face right now. So, got my Zoeva Fusion brush, and I'm gonna take some of that. This compact, by the way, has a mirror, which I very much appreciate, and oh geez. They were not messing around with this highlighter, I can tell you guys. Oh my god. I'd say that's actually even more intense than Mary Lou. Oh my god. Okay, this might also be a new favorite of mine. Maybe I'll take a little bit of that Dynamite one as well. Oh my god. That might actually be even more intense. What are they putting in these highlighters? Next, we'll do a little bit of blusher. So for this, I have the Honey Queen Honeycomb Blusher. Again, very, very similar packaging to Benefit. Comes with a little brush like Benefit. And inside, looks a little something like this. Interesting. It's almost got like a kind of silvery color in there. So I'm just gonna take the same brush that I used for my bronzer and just kind of swirl that around. Has that highlighted my cheeks even more? That is like a really sort of natural but still kind of glowy blush. You can't really tell. Like if I just show you guys this side of my face, you can't really see too much of like a pink or anything. But in comparison to this side, this just looks a lot more lifted and blended, I think. Let's see what they look like swirled together. Yeah, swirled together, they almost have like a gold reflect. So I literally right now think I'm highlighting pretty much my entire face. You could probably actually even get away with just using that as a highlighter. If I knew that, maybe I wouldn't have gone ahead and just like chucked it all over my cheeks, but I'm definitely gonna be using that when I kind of want like more of a sort of natural highlighty look. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and do something to these brows. I'm just gonna quickly go through them with a clear brow gel just so they're not moving all over the place. And the first thing I have here is the Queen of Brows Majestic Brow Mascara. And this one here is in the shade Brown. Let's have a little look. Ooh, it's actually got a tiny little one, kind of like the Benefit one has. And it's almost like a gray brown, which is what I like. So I'm gonna start off by running that through the bulk of my brow, I think. Just see how pigmented it is first. Really like this little wand as well. I hate it when companies do like brow mascaras and the wands are like this thick, because I've got pretty thick brows anyway and I still struggle to kind of run them through without making a mess. So I don't know how people with smaller brows do it. Oh, I can definitely feel it's like solidified a bit as well, which is good. Yeah, I'm happy with those brows. Next up is another product, and I think you guys are gonna guess what this is gonna be a dupe of as soon as you see it. So this is the Delicious palette, and any guesses what this is a dupe of? It's literally so identical to the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. So first of all, I'm just gonna go in with this shade here, and I'm gonna pack that all over my lid. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade down here, I think. It's like a chocolate matte brown. And I'm gonna pop that in the crease. Ooh, that is very pigmented actually. And then I'm trying to toss up the idea between like a pink eye look or a sort of red eye look. I think I'm maybe leaning towards pink a little bit, so I'm gonna go in with this shade again, just using the same brush. And I'm gonna pop that over my lid to start off with. That's nice enough. That one's quite subtle, but you can see it has just like warmed up my lids a little bit more. And then I think I'm gonna go in, again, I'm just using the same brush. I'm just kind of wiping it on my pajama bottoms as I go. I'm gonna use this shade here. It's like the deep matte pink. Ooh, you can definitely see that. And I'll start by packing that on the outer corner of my lid, I think. If you guys don't know, the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette is literally like one of my absolute faves. So this has got a lot to live up to because I'm a die-hard Anastasia Modern Renaissance fan. And then I've left the majority of my inner corner free. Don't really know what color I'm gonna go for next. I think I might just flip my brush and use like the flat end and take maybe this color here. Oh my god. And let's just pack that on and blend it in. And then I think I might go ahead and take a little bit of this color here just on a very small pencil brush. And I'm gonna work that into the crease a little bit just to kind of deepen it a bit more. Just to give a bit more of like dimension to the pink. And then I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take maybe this color down here. I'm not sure if it's overly shimmery. No, there's no real shimmer to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this slightly deeper pink, I think, just on the tip of that brush I was using before. And just run that quite closely to my lash line. yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it's really not that much different to the Anastasia. I'd say the colors are maybe a little bit more kind of vibrant in the Anastasia, but if you want something that's a bit more kind of wearable, I'd say, and obviously a hell of a lot more affordable, then this is good. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add some mascara. This is the Extra Big Bold Lashes Mascara. Looking at the wand, this looks very similar to, I think it's the Max Factor False Lash Effect Mascara, and I like that mascara, so let's see how this goes. Black, nice and black. That is very, very thickening. I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but that's given like the perfect kind of curl to my lashes. I don't like it when they're really, really high and curled, because then it makes my eyes look too round. This is kind of just giving it like a soft curl, so it makes my eyes look a little bit more almond shaped, which is what I want. Yeah, I like this. It's actually quite similar to the False Lash Effect, or whatever it is, the one that I'm thinking of. But I actually think this one gives a nicer curl. And then last but certainly not least, I have a bunch of liquid lipsticks. So I have the Skinny Lippin', which I think are supposed to be kind of like a dupe for the Kylie Lip Kit, and also the NYX Lip Lingerie, because they all come in like different nudie shades, which you all know I love. And then I also have some of the Mega Matte lips as well. I've got 3 shades of those, again, all nude, so it's safe to say we're going for a nude lip today. I think I've used this one before, and it's a very, very similar color to Cairo by NYX. I think I might actually go for one of the skinny lipping ones today, actually. I'm thinking maybe if we go for like, I think that was Danny Boy or something. That was like one of the darker ones. Yeah, Danny Boy, let's give that one a go. Yeah, I think that's the sort of color I wanted, kind of like a greyish. I actually quite like the wand on this as well. It's very, very simple. It's literally kind of just like a squished doe foot, but it does the job. Okay guys, so this is the finished look, and I actually went ahead and added one of the other liquid lipsticks, the Mega Matte in the shade Nude, just to the center of my lips, and kind of patted it out to give it a little bit of an ombre effect. And I've got to say, I am so obsessed with how this look turned out. I think it's so like kind of edgy and vampy, and I'm just honestly obsessed with how it looks. I've got to say the winners of today's testing video were of course these 2 highlighters, the Beam Me Up in the shade Dynamite, and then also the Glow Commotion Original. I also really, really love the Saved by the Gel Concealer, so obsessed with that. I really like the Delicious palette, the Modern Renaissance dupe, and I really, really like the Very Vegan Matte Bronzer. Honestly, so obsessed with that. In fact, come to think of it, I don't think there was a single product that I actually disliked. I mean, the blusher, I maybe would have used that in a slightly different look, because that was a little bit too highlighted for me for today's look, but I think it looks pretty nice still. I think if you wanted something a bit more naturally glowy, then definitely go for that. But for this look, I feel like maybe I could have gone with more of a matte blusher. But other than that, yeah, I literally think I loved just about everything. As always, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do give it a big thumbs up, because that really helps me out a lot. And also subscribe if you do want to see more of me, because I upload all the damn time. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.